the weather is nice, so I decided just to head out on the trail. Sunshine with a bit of clouds, but dry. Awesome day. A bit of mud or slippery trail here and there, but all in all a great day. So yeah, when I'm done here, I'm going to get some lunch and then perhaps some wine tasting. Surprise! And yeah, again, let's see what happens. So what is that? Well, some would say it's a piece of wood, but it's actually a marker. So the trail is up here. Right here is also marked with a sign, but that's not always the case. So yeah, have to look out for those things. That means not that way. I think it's a nice way of marking it. If you can see the rock formation straight ahead here, I'm going over to that and taking a small break, and then past that all the way down to Oak Creek, which is on the other side of those rocks. I believe those are called Cathedral Rock. So as I was out here today, I kind of wished that I had a drone or something like that to make some excellent shots. I was doing a bit of research. Well, not a bit of research. I always do tons of research. So much that I sometimes don't get things done because I have to keep researching. Anyway, so I was looking into buying a drone, and there was a few things that stopped me, except for the price, of course. I could travel with it, and I could bring the batteries on board with my in my carry-on luggage, but there were a few problems flying it. First of all, I would need to have it registered with the FAA in America. I could, as a foreigner, travel with it and use it in America. I had to register it first, though, and that site wasn't available from outside the United States, so I had to use a VPN from Tunnel Bear to get access to it. But I didn't buy a drone because there were a few other problems as well. First off, in a lot of the national parks, you're not allowed to fly drones. And well, last year when I was here, I actually saw some signs saying that flying drones were not allowed in this area. And furthermore, there's an airport within, well, a radius of 5 miles, I believe, and you're not allowed to fly drones there either. So that was also a showstopper. But as it turned out, that airport was unmanned without a control tower. And without a control tower, at least at the time I read the rules, different rules apply. So I could fly it closer than 5 miles, I believe. But again, if I had to obey the law and do the right thing, I can't bring a drone out here and make this record the shots and footage I really would like to take. And I can understand that because all the other people who are out here enjoying the weather are having a nice and quiet day. There's nothing more annoying than hearing those drones like a swarm of angry bees. So I get it, but as I came up to Cathedral Rock and stopped, I could hear someone flying a drone out there in spite of the rules, in spite of all the signs saying no drones. And yeah, I don't want to be annoying to other people, but it's kind of annoying that someone else gets to record the stuff I would like to record, but I don't get to record because I want to follow the law. So yeah, I don't know if you can relate to that, but Well, so I didn't have a drone. I didn't fly it out here. I think the money is probably also better spent on a new camera. Now, this being March, I can feel that I really need to step up my game and exercise a lot more during the winter because I felt pretty weak here. So yeah, the first part of this ride is pretty easy. As you can see, there's not a lot of technical stuff right here. I could have chosen that. I could have chosen one of the other trails and it would be a lot more demanding and a lot more exciting, but you know, I'm out to enjoy the weather and I'm just so happy being here instead of home. And I think this is a time where we should just have a quick reminder of what I came from. Just let's insert that just for a few seconds while I was driving around in before I left, right? So yeah, so I'm just happy as beep to be here. So yeah, it's good stuff. So let's move on to Cathedral Rock and have a small break there. So just look at this place. How can you not be happy when you're here? Well, I'm going down there. So I made my way down through the switch back down to Oak Creek, and there was a lot of foot traffic here. I'm thinking there's probably 2 or 3 times as many people here in the spring as in the fall, and I do miss some of the green stuff on the trees. So I'm thinking that maybe again I should go later in the year. The temperature is okay in it's September, October, quite hot actually, and plenty hot if you're going out mountain biking. And in the summer I could do it as well. I think it's a bit too hot there for me. And they do have the monsoon season in August, but maybe next time it should be in the fall or a bit later in the year. Yeah. Well, I'm making my way back up the the cliffs here and up to get back to the home, and I need to do something as boring as laundry. And then sometimes I lose track of where I was supposed to be going anyway. Was it this way, straight down there? No, it was over there, I think. Yeah, let's try that. Also, the water running down, that's definitely something I haven't seen in September, October. And I suppose another upside to it being a bit more wet is that there's not a lot of red dust getting in your throat. So that's an upside, certainly. Oh well, after finding my way back to village of Oak Creek, I grabbed a bit of pizza, and then I had to get back to do that stupid laundry. There's supposed to be a laundry room that I hadn't found, and I was thinking if I had read it wrong that there was a laundry room, but yeah, I would have to go looking for it. So I managed to find the laundry room. I was kind of afraid that I was breaking into someone's home because it was unmarked, and I had a suspicion that it might be there. So I took the chance and opened the door, and it was actually a laundry room. Yeah, that could have gone horribly wrong. Done washing. Well, the machine almost looks like the ones I'm used to. Biggest difference is that they don't show the temperature in degrees, only in cold, cool, warm, and hot. So I had to make a guess. Anyway, boring stuff and not too much of a challenge. This is very unforgiving light. Since I decided just to hang out anyway, I went over to the supermarket and bought a ribeye and some potatoes and some more red wine and just making a quick snack here. So boiling, and I'm going to put them on the pan later, and a ribeye, yeah. Oh, and some red wine. Where is it? Here it is, Merkin Vineyards Sedona. Had a tasting of it last year. Something about shit and Sedona. Something. Can't remember. This is what the story was. Anyway, 35% Sangiovese, and there's also 30% Primitivo and 35% Montepulciano. You know, I really enjoy that I can go down to the supermarket here in Village of Oak Creek and just buy a ribeye that tastes good and I enjoy eating. I can't do that at home. It's all that the supermarkets are selling is not really something I enjoy or find worth spending my money on. And I think that's because people don't like to spend a lot of money on food, and so at home I need to visit my butcher and buy some proper meat there. And she sells something from Greater Omaha Packaging Company that is rather good. I do enjoy that, from corn-fed cattle. And well, she started raising the price, and it came up to $100 per kilo. That's a kilo. That's 2.2 pounds, right? So it became quite expensive and a bit too expensive for my taste. So I found someone selling from a warehouse different types of meat, and now I can buy it for $50 for a kilo, 2.2 pounds. And but I have to buy like 6 or 7 kilos at the time, so what, 12 pounds or something like that. But that's okay. I usually just cut it into big juicy ribeyes, and then I put some of them in the freezer, and perhaps I sell some to my colleagues and friends and stuff like that. So, and that way I do get proper meat at home, but I cannot find it in the supermarket. So people are not willing to pay for it, and I guess that at home the meat that I find worth eating is roughly twice the price of the more expensive meat in the supermarkets, which would be around $50 per kilo. So and I don't think we can sell that in the supermarket, but because people have gotten used to that, it's such a random event that you buy something that's worth eating when it comes to a steak, a ribeye, or whatever, or filet or something like that. So people don't really make a lot of steaks anymore at home, and my friends and colleagues says that they rarely do that because it's usually not a great experience. So there's sort of a gap there. So I sometimes, not sometimes, when I'm having guests, so I usually make steaks or something like that, and I buy some proper meat, and people are really surprised when they can taste that good, and it's kind of weird that I've gotten used to that it's not really worth eating. You see this vent fan here? Besides from being extremely noisy, blows all the air out. Here, it seems like it's going through the filter, but I was kind of afraid to start the fire alarm right here. So I kept it under the lid and made sort of a broiling thing, I guess. So And this is the end result. More light. Here we go. Simple, but good. And oh yeah, this one is not going to make it through the night. I think I'm going to empty it, so must be the end of the day today. So see you tomorrow.